I decided to use my big buff I can only use every 10 minutes.
Order must be served. We will return these eyes. Should be able to override the security lockdown with these discs. The Forge has been reactivated, now readying the next stage of Silver Protocol.
Retrieve 10 ancient Titan Steel ingots and defeat the Primal Tsunami in the Halls of Infusion.
Behind for us.
Oh, I have to do a dungeon. Huh.
Dungeon, the end of the world.
Let's see. There it is.
What's going on?
Is my stream good? It says there's 0 viewers in there.
Yes, baby, it's still good.
Okay. I mean, I can see it still going. I was just wondering. I mean, you're still watching, I think, right?
All the way.
Yay. Okay. I'm gonna come back here and put some stuff on the auction house. No, I'll keep them. Yeah, I guess I just wait for these to pop, and I don't think I can solo those dungeons yet because they're still this expansion's dungeons.
What brings you here? May the stars guide you.
What brings you here? You can tell how fun the content is because there's barely anybody in the main city RPing. Oh, now I just play the waiting game. Okay, the dungeon finder, it just needs a tank and I can get this. You can get stuff done.
Oh, so you need a tank to begin?
Yeah. Just one tank. This guild's name is My Girlfriend is Asleep.
Okay. It sounds like he tell the boy in his group like, hey, my girlfriend is asleep.
And
Now,
this person,
playtime.
this person's name is ERP priest. Do you know what ERP is?
I don't really know anything about EIP either.
Erotic roleplay.
Oh.
Oh.
Now I know.
Now I've done figured it out.
The more you know.
Knowing is half the battle. Dwarf.
It is too far away.
Oh, I can't sit in a seat. It's too far away. Oh, it just says it just said I'm live now. You look at my chat.
Oh yeah.
It's not live now. So
I done
these
that.
the disconnector wasn't playing the whole time. It's been running the whole time. It says 3 hours, 36 minutes and counting.
I think Twitch is glitched out.
Yeah, maybe.
Good job, Twitch. You're glitching out.
I guess it's Twitch. I hope it's not me. I mean, I ever since I got my own internet, it's been fine though. So
Yeah, but you've been fine, but Twitch is just being weird. It just reset the timer.
it did,
Oh yeah.
but it's been playing the whole time.
Yeah, but it's playing the whole time.
Huh. I just need a tank. Come on. I wanted to see what happened to Tyr.
I don't see any sign of you disconnected because I'm open your live stream on another screen and
Oh my
I
gosh.
see it's still playing like normal. Oh, now it's saying on your Discord that you're live again.
Yeah.
I think it Twitch is being weird.
It hasn't done that in quite a while. Because on my screen, it still shows 3 hours, 37 minutes, and... Oh no, 38 minutes now.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Alrighty. Thank God.
I need to target something first. I need a target. I do not have a target. I need a target. I do not have a target. I need to target something first. I need a target. I need to target something first. I do not have a target. I need a target. I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
More trespassers! I will not allow you through! I will not let you through! My sacrifice will keep these halls safe! A small victory. I will eliminate you!
Easy.
I could not stop them.
I need a target. do not have a target.
Blam! Blammo! There we go.
I need a target.
The winds are always in my favor.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I'm back.
Welcome back, welcome back! I got in the dungeon and we're kind of crushing it. I just gotta finish it.
I decided to make some food as well.
Yeah, I need to make some food later
I need to target something
after I
first.
clean up upstairs.
Oh no.
There's not that much, so it'll go by quick. But I'm not gonna do that until I am close to 8 hours of streaming, so
I do not have a target.
then I get paid tonight, so that's cool.
I need a target.
It's gonna be a tough one for me.
Oh yeah, if you need to go to bed early, you can. I don't mind. Oh,
We'll build a new world, free from their corruption.
I need to get closer. I do not have a target.
Can stop us.
all right.
I need to target something first.
The allies are dying hella fast. pumped by the water.
I do not have a target.
Fools! Do you not see what that wretch Tyr has done?
I need to target
Elemental
something
will
first.
cleanse the waters.
I am out of range.
Yar! Let's go! Oh, that wasn't bad. Running more? I don't need to run. I just need to do the quest. just like the other ones, we need tanks. Hmm. Alright, I'll finish this quest line and then we can watch stuff and hang out.
Sure, man.
Yeah. The doe is just walking by staring at me.
Hey, that's creepy, buddy.
Ugh. We got a corrupted human over here. Oh shit, I forgot I was in these. Damn. That's
You think so long that you forget it.
Yep. 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 Oh, they already wiped. That is why I got to get in here. Let's see how this goes. Everybody in here already died. We'll see. We'll see. DPS, the ads need to go down faster, guys. That's what they're talking about. Kill the ads, kill the ads. Oh, the ads need to die, the ads need to die.
Bowman
with
coming.
your annihilation.
Oh, we're
AOE
I guess
incoming.
we're going in.
Knocking back.
Resistance.
Target you. Breath incoming. Bowman coming. Breath incoming. AOE incoming.
Power surges.
Too far
The
away.
darkness bends to me.
Oh
Stack high.
shit.
Stack high. Teleport on you.
To the endless dark and despair.
Phase 2. Breath incoming. Watch your step. Interrupt 1. Bomb incoming.
Is mine to command.
Elemental locked. That's my whole spell set. What?
Interrupt 2.
I need a target. I need to target something first.
So much for your destiny.
Breath
The
incoming.
abyss beckons.
Okay. Now.
Watch your step.
Okay, okay. Ah!
Interrupt 2.
I need a
Bomb
target.
incoming.
Is mine to
I
command.
am out of range. I need to get closer.
Watch your step.
Oh, this is kind of intense.
I kind of see.
Will make.
I mean, I've already done this like multiple times, but it's still intense.
It is too far away.
Phase 2.
Stars fall upon you.
Watch your step.
My ascension.
I do not have a target.
Oh, ads.
Interrupt 2.
I need a target.
Burn in the light of a dying star.
Watch your step.
Oh no. Ah.
Watch your step. I do not have a target. I need to I am out of range.
Interrupt 1. Interrupt 2.
I'm not bending to no one. What are you talking about?
Burn in the light of a dying star.
Watch your step.
No! That almost went right off the edge.
Watch your step.
My ascension!
I need a target.
Interrupt 1. Interrupt 2.
Burn in the light of a dying star.
Oh, we got him!
Was mine. What is this foul place?
It feels as though it is somewhere beyond, teeming with raw, dark energy.
Sarkareth lost himself to his pursuit of power. Now what will happen to my people?
Yeah, there's no way I'm winning that one. Or that one.
Who pursue
Or
his
that
legacy?
one.
You're not winning
Any of those. Nope. I rolled way too low.
Oh no.
It's okay. Oh. Lucky doors and loot. Many farewells. Okay, here we go.
The Isles have awakened.
I'm not a WoW nerd, I swear.
Honor all dragons.
Are you sure of that?
Yeah, totally. I'm sure.
And then what about 10 plus years in the past?
Oh, sure. Yeah, you got a point.
I look to you to inherit, but know there are
a
many
truly
who
wild
would
player.
steal your birthright. Even now, Jarden forces use the chaos to launch an assault. They must be stopped.
I will not yield any ground.
Oh. Move.
I need to target something.
We did the last wing first, and then that's
I need
hilarious.
to get closer.
I hope I at least get like one piece of the gear from this.
I do not have a target.
No.
Interrupt.
Let's go.
Interrupt. Interrupt. I need a target.
That was a heckin' lot of people to kill. For the Elder!
I need to target something first. I do not have a target. I need a target. I need to target something first. It is too far away. I need a target.
I'll be right back. Yeah.
Alrighty. Yes!
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
I'm back.
Yay, welcome back.
I need to get closer. I am out of range.
Neom. Oh shit.
It is too far away. to target something first.
Take the wall! What grouping am I in? Go, group 3.
Zakali warriors! Break the door! Reach the Elder!
Brigade. Brigade. I need to get closer. Watch your step.
Oh god, what did I use it to?
Watch your step.
You are
Done.
Brigade. I need a target.
Get him, fire elemental. Hell yeah.
I need to target something first. Brigade. Watch your step. Run out. I need to get closer. Brigade. I do not have a target.
What the hell have they done?
Did they done something there?
Watch your step.
Everyone's dying. I don't know what happened.
Brigade.
Wipe. Yep, we wiped.
Brigade.
Oh. Ew.
All who oppose the Zakali fall.
Oh wow. They all died.
That's the first time I've died on that boss. That's the first time I've seen a group wipe on them.
Siberian, as my blood,
Oh,
I
it's
look
completely
to you
wiped.
to inherit.
Yeah.
But
It happens.
know there are many who would steal your birthright.
Okay,
Even
what should I
now,
do? What
Jarden
should...
forces use the chaos to launch an
Do
assault.
I have legs? I
They
do.
must be stopped.
I will not yield any ground.
Oh. Okay, so where did they go? I just upgraded. Oh, they're right here. Oh, I'm in combat. I can't do that.
Big Ad.
Why would they go ahead and re-get into battle after we died and then people didn't release yet?
Oh.
Oh my gosh, this is a disaster. No, not really. I've seen worse, but I'm getting hurt and I'm not even anywhere near the enemies. I'm taking like a shit ton of damage for no reason. Yep, we're all gonna die. Look how many people are dying. It's still going on without us.
All who oppose
wow.
the Zakali fall.
I'm just
So
gonna
look at
revive
the
right
blood.
here and wait for everybody.
And you take the damage for no reason.
Did someone pull? No, I'm not sure what happened there. Where's those, like, oh, and now a bunch of people are leaving. Gotta get all of this gold out of the economy through repairs. That's exactly, every time you die, that's 70 gold.
Ooh, surgical.
Survival hunter. Respect, respect. Their dance is hilarious.
Clouded.
Your old lives. Mean nothing.
This toy lets you
You are
transform into
echoes
like
of the
NPCs in the game.
And you will
Oh.
So I just set it out for
question.
everybody in the raids.
I'm gonna spill your guts, man.
And it just spams their voice lines. It's so good.
Cannot hide from me.
I gave you Soulstone too, though. Of course you gave them the Stone Stole and they didn't use it. Why would they? They never would. They never would have done that. Back to dancing while we wait. One through 3 go north, and 4 and 5 go south. Wait for a hero till we get the door in last, please. The last phase. That's fair. So I am in group 3, so 1 through 3 go north. This guy's not even the raid leader, but he's telling everybody what to do.
Oh.
How many times you guys fail this boss? One.
A million.
What? I've only died to this boss that one time we just died.
Yeah, just getting someone just driving a million. It's gonna be a world breaking.
It's gonna be a world shattering canon event right now.
Yeah. Die in the boss a million times. Babe,
Yeah?
I just thinking we should change the time of the stream to the midnight and then 7 p.m. again because I don't see any sparking when
I don't
I'm
see-
looking at now.
I
Yeah.
don't see any sparking either. Or spiking.
Yeah.
Normally it says it is having that problem on the bottom screen.
Oh no, not a connection spike. Is a people spike.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I don't see any people spiking in almost 2 hours. Do you think that we need to change the time on the stream?
Yeah. Oh.
Because when you stream like normal, like on midnight, like you do the normal, I see.
I was
a
just
lot
way
of
too
people
tired last night.
coming in, yeah.
But I like to do normal time. I'll be doing normal time tonight.
Yeah, because that is a more active time for your stream. As I watched your stream for 3 months now,
Yeah.
I can see it's not normal now because there's no people coming in because usually this time there's
I've
not
seen a few
active
people come
stream.
in, but it was mostly earlier that they did come in. And maybe it's the game I'm playing as well, because maybe it's not that fun to watch. I have noticed that has an effect too, so
It have
I'll do
effect-
something
effect-
different here soon. I just having fun.
I know, but it had an effect. Yeah, they have a bit, but most of the time
Watch your
as
step.
we see, as you see, because back to normal time and you say wow like a whole night, people gonna still there. You see a
Yeah, I'm not
difference, right?
And then I don't know if it's something like twitching out or what, but I say twitching out because the platform we're on, but
Regard.
I don't know. We'll definitely see later.
Regard.
I'm just thinking we should go back to the normal time.
Yeah, I just really needed to sleep, so I don't know. I didn't want to put it off either, so.
The weak burn.
I know that it's a hard choice, but you need to pick one.
Regard. Watch your step.
Ah.
Because as I see, as a mod right now, I can see a lot of things more.
Yeah.
And then it's not a lot.
Yeah, I
of
think I'm gonna
activity.
leave. I think I'm gonna leave this group when everybody dies.
Regard.
I think I'm good on raiding for the day.
Zakali fall.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that.
It's done for.
I just don't wanna. I don't wanna deal with that. I do want to go turn in that quest, but Acolyte of Cult of the Damned. Oh, that was frustrating.
Oh no. We could play a Minecraft if you want because it can relax you as well.
Yeah. Um. And Darren. That bird was just looking over my shoulder. Character is not going to be nice to you. Alright, I'm done playing this for now. Holy shit, that raid was so bad.
I can see it's pretty bad.
I have never died on that boss. I'm just gonna say I have never died on that boss before. Out of all the times I've ran that on stream. Alright, we'll hang out for a minute while I drink an energy drink and wake up a little bit. But I'm gonna change it to just chatting and I'm gonna let my dogs out real quick. Alright, right back. Okay, I'm back. Got my headphones
Hello.
on. I need a new pair of headphones. These hurt my ears after a while. It's because I wear glasses. Oh yeah, we're gonna watch
can have
Petscop,
yours.
right? That's what the title says in my thing. Well, I wake up a little bit. I'm getting sleepy. I woke up at 4 a.m.
You woke up at 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is the actual channel at? Ah. Click.
We can set it like a 5 or 6 hour stream and then we can set it again back to the normal wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, just 5 or 6 hours and then we reset it to the midnight stream again. It might be a good idea to try.
I'm changing the title again. I wanna watch something else. Okay. Up successfully updated.
Alright, so, this is
The Last Faith launch trailer. PS5, PS4. I'm thinking about playing FF14 on stream. I think people would like that more because it's a little more popular and it's got more players. I don't know. I don't know what you think, but I do play that one quite a bit.
You can basically you just can play anything because it's your show, right?
Yeah,
The
true.
live stream is your show, so you can pick anything. If people want to watch, they're gonna come to watch.
Oh no, I can't play anime openings. I'll probably get copyrighted. Or
Oh,
music.
Yeah, you're gonna get straight real hard by that.
Ooh, Minish Cap. I like that Zelda game. I think I had that on Game Boy. Oh, there was something I was watching last night.
Is something creepy again?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the raid. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I guess I could search my this. Oh no, that was on my other that's on my TV account. It wasn't on my YouTube account. But thank you for the raid, Kurisu Roll. Thank you. And welcome raiders, thank yous. It wasn't a review, it was just somebody talking about it. Oh my gosh. How do you even find it? How do you even find that stuff? Explained? Maybe that's it.
Oh, so you want to know about paranormal thing, then?
I watched 4 of these like forever ago.
Forever ago, okay.
It was I would say over 10 years ago I was watching these.
Jeez. And you can still remember it.
I kind of remember it. I remember the first one the most because I remember it the most because it was iconic, and it only had a budget of $1,500 and it made millions.
Oh, wow.
What was that?
So that is a profit then.
They just used like
shoot.
grainy cameras
That's
and
not
stuff,
normal.
so it was like
Crap. I
home
knew it.
surveillance with
We
spooky
got demons.
ghosts.
This happened
happening.
2 nights ago, and I cannot even believe it, guys. Everything has been so weird lately. Like, I don't know. I've been hearing these noises, and there's always this like loud rumbling sound. And I decided to record it, and that's when I caught this footage. And so as a result, I went ahead and set up cameras all around my entire
this
house,
isn't even. This
you know,
is
as you need to in order
this
to
is
catch
the-
all
this
the
is the
ghosts
guy-
potentially. And then, so actually, I was even
This is
more
the guy making the
disturbed
video.
when I
This isn't
checked
the
footage
movie.
from last night, and I caught this.
I'm like, wait,
Check
I don't
this
think
out.
I've seen this one. No, I don't think I've seen this one.
See this? The door
So
is
this
opening
feel
by
like,
itself.
a
We
paranormal
got ghost
activity
people.
movie.
So, you know, there's only one thing you really can
Did you
do
watch that
when it
one?
comes to ghosts in your house. And I have to consult.
Did I watch what one? Sorry, I was taking a drink. I couldn't answer.
Yeah, it's okay.
What would you say?
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
Movie. It's the same thing, I think.
The
I thi-
sacred text in
one
order to figure
second.
out what's going on. That's right.
Yeah, they're pretty
Paranormal
much.
Activity movies. I got all 6 of these bad boys here.
I think
And
they.
you know what?
I think
the
like 1
answer
through
is
3 was
somewhere
pretty
in these
good,
movies.
and then I
So
watched
we're
the
gonna go
marked
through every
ones, the
single
marked
one of them
ones,
in order to find out
and it
some
was
answers,
creepy.
all right? We're gonna
and
get
then I
rid of
didn't
this
see any.
dadgum ghost.
I
I'm
think there
sick
was
of
2
it.
after
I'm
it.
sick of this ghost. And hey, as I recall,
Yeah,
everything
they
worked
have
out
a
pretty
money
well in
bullet.
the end. Anyway,
Yeah.
for these guys, right? So it's a
The marked
perfect
ones
place.
was in.
All right, let's
I think.
do it.
I think it was in Mexico. That was the last one I watched. I think there was 6
Hey,
of
how's it
them all
going,
together.
folks? Welcome to Found Flicks. On this explained video,
I
we're
didn't
going to
know
be
that.
covering the kind of
There's a lot
big
of 'em.
daddy of found footage flicks.
But
That's
I
right,
think the original one
Paranormal
came out in
Activity
20,
series that debuted to
2010,
great
2011.
fanfare and success back in 2000.
So when I was graduating.
A relatively simple tale told via cameras placed around the house and following a couple annoyed by a spirit spawned a total
I
of
always
6
say
films
that
that grew
movie,
increasingly convoluted by an ever-changing
One time in
backstory
the
and
night, I
mythology
know they
that
have,
by the final
multiple
entry
movie
feels
about
to
it,
say
so I
at the
didn't
very
watch it.
least like a bit of a mess. Or
Yeah.
at least gets quite confusing if you don't remember specific details from all the prior entries.
Yep.
That's why we're here today. We're going to be tackling the entire franchise, giving you an easy single video that you can watch to get the entire scope of the series story.
I'll still
and
watch
what
them
is
though.
going
They
on
were
to
good.
Every single
I
one
remember
of the
not being able to
films.
sleep
If you're a
after I
fan of the
watched
series, you're
them.
probably asking yourself, which order am I gonna go in?
I'd be
Well,
like,
I believe that
I'd
the
like
release
freak
order
myself out.
actually makes the most sense. Yes,
'Cause we
Paranormal
watched, like,
Activity
3
3
of them in
does
one
take
night.
place chronologically first in the series, but it also added more to the mythology that was presented in the first
What
2.
made
So
you
it
do
makes the
that?
most sense to
I
start
don't
where
know.
things
I have
begin
no. I can't
release-wise,
remember.
As it's truly
To
from
be
here that
honest,
the
I
story
think we
builds.
just bought
I
a
mean, it's
movie
not like they had
collection
some
and we just
grandmaster
watched
design
all
for
of them
story
at the
from
same
beginning
time.
or anything, and they are definitely
one after
adding
another.
more with each film released,
I never went to
regardless
sleep
of
at
where
all.
they take place chronologically. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's get splaining. Everything begins, or well, not really technically, as we find out later on September 18th, 2006, where Katie, who goes on to become one of the most important characters in the series, innocuously comes home to her boyfriend Micah, who has a surprise, a brand new big-ass video camera that he's purchased.
Yep.
Man, it seems like it was a million years ago, not 2007, and he's already obsessed with filming totally pointless things and never turning the camera off ever, which turns out to be a good thing too. There is already talk between them of paranormal phenomena in the house, and Micah's intent is to film everything to hopefully film any potential weird stuff. We soon come to understand that the activity is tied specifically to Katie, and mentions that there is some kid who has been following her since she was 8 years old, which is the entity that becomes known as Toby, another vital character in the
Toby's
series.
a villain in
Here we first
Naruto.
showcase the almost playful, slowly fright-inducing behavior, which progressively gets worse over
When I
the
heard
course of
Toby
several
in
nights.
these
And
movies,
even after
I
saying the
immediately thought of
camera
that
is for
villain.
capturing proof, it's clear that Micah
I
doesn't
was like, yeah,
take
that's
Katie's
Toby.
paranormal fear seriously. A psychic comes, and he too explains that many simple things like odd noises aren't necessarily supernatural. Katie again mentions that she has been going through this since before moving into this house, and her experience with her sister Christy as 8-year-olds, both remembering seeing a shadowy figure at the foot of their beds. They prayed for
Oh, I thought I was actually gonna play movie clips. Hold on.
No movie clip.
Yeah. Buy or rent. 2009. That's when that one came out. The first one came out 2009.
Oh Jesus, 2009.
Oh no, the Blair Witch Project. Here's a short.
Did you know in Paranormal Activity, the film was shot for only $15,000?
Yeah.
Which is nothing when it comes to movie making budgets. And once Paramount acquired it, they had an additional $200,000 for modifications on the film. Despite such a small budget, Paranormal Activity has now become the most profitable horror movie of all time, and one of the most profitable movies overall, having grossed over $200 million. But did you know in Paranormal Activity, the film
50,000.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
That's how successful like the first one was, because they
And
just
then they
basically
get $2 million.
because it's kind of like found footage stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's IGN. Scariest moments in Paranormal Activity. Tokyo Night 2010. So they must have like people must have just made movies like that afterwards because I remember watching like the commercials for this, and it would just show people in the theaters like flipping the fuck out.
You've probably heard of the Paranormal Activity series.
Yep.
Not only is the franchise
Okay, this video is a little more quiet.
profitable,
I'm gonna
but
turn
it's
it up.
also very intriguing. The story spans multiple decades and follows sisters.
Yeah, it like starts in the 80s, like 70s, and then it goes to like 20, 29, 2010s, 2009, 20, yeah. Oh shit, I remember that.
A lot of little details that are mentioned in one film that show up 2 movies later, and on top of that we're constantly jumping back and forth on the timeline. So in this video we'll take a look at the movies and find out what is really going on. Now I'm not going to go through the timeline in chronological order, but rather in the order that you would actually watch the movies. That's because the story is so much better when you arrive at its mind-bending revelations naturally. So let's start with the first movie that was released all the way back in 2007.
Oh, it's 2007?
And we follow the young couple Katie and Mika.
Oh, maybe it just takes place in 2007.
Mika recently bought a camera to document some of the weird occurrences the couple had been experiencing.
And then when any weird shit goes on, we will be in a perfect position to capture it.
Especially since Katie told him that she always had this overwhelming fear that something was haunting her. They set up the camera at the foot of their bed to see if anything could be captured. On the first night, footsteps are heard, which almost sounds like someone running around the house, even though they're the only ones there. Soon after,
they just get like from the beginning to like the end, they just get creepier and creepier.
All convinced, and instead of supporting his scared wife, he chooses to make fun of her.
Look where I found my keys.
Where do you leave them?
I left them on the counter.
Well, obviously this is incontrovertible evidence that evil forces came from beyond the grave to move your keys.
The psychic arrives and talks with Katie to get more information. She tells him that all the strange occurrences started when she and her sister were both young kids, though she was affected more than her sister.
My younger sister Christy, she was 5, and at that time we both, experienced whatever it was.
Their previous experiences abruptly stopped after a mysterious fire broke out at their childhood home, the cause of which was unknown. After that, the two girls had smaller incidents that would come and go in waves as they grew older. The psychic gets the impression that they're dealing with a demon that wants Katie and is following her.
But what about, alright, check this out. What if we just get this Ouija board, right, and we find out what it wants, and then we just give it what it wants, and then gone?
Because what it probably wants is Katie.
Since his expertise lies more with ghosts, not demons, he recommends that they call a demonologist called Dr. Johann Averies. He also warns them to stop
Johann!
communicating with the evil or do anything that might provoke it. That means no cameras and no Ouija boards.
So, figure I'm gonna go out and get a Ouija board?
No. After several more nights and more
Yep,
unexplained
it goes out and
events,
gets a
such as
Ouija
doors
board
moving and
immediately.
lights flickering, Mika wants to talk to it with a Ouija board.
Yeah, alright, you little fucker. Got something to say? Now's your chance.
This doesn't go down well with the demonic force, causing the haunting to grow even more intense.
Hey baby, you know that. God, my tongue.
You're fine.
But Mika continues to take it lightly and is more concerned
Do you
about
want
the
to watch
awesome footage
something
he's
from my
capturing.
country
One
that's
night,
kind
they
of
get the
creepy
idea
and
to leave
scary?
baby powder on the
Oh yeah,
floor
we
in
can
the
do that
hopes
if
to
we watch
capture the
this.
invisible
That's
footsteps
cool.
they keep hearing. The next morning, they do find prints in the powder, but it's clear they're not human.
There's footsteps in, but there's no footsteps out.
Oh, God.
They look around the house and they appear all over the floor, leading to the attic.
Okay, I send
Following
it to
the
you.
tracks,
Yay, I'll
burns
just check it
photo
out
of a
in a
child who
minute.
Katie reveals to
Okay.
be her when she was younger,
Oh.
although she has no idea how it got up there.
Found this up there.
This is our old house. What in the hell is this doing in the attic?
Keep in mind, they just moved here. Their situation gets even worse when the demon bangs on doors and claws at pictures of Mika. They try to call the demonologist but can't reach him as he's out of the country, forcing them to call the psychic back to their home. As he walks through the door, he instantly senses the strong sense of evil within the house.
This is overpowering.
It's getting worse.
Yes, it certainly doesn't like that I'm here, and I cannot help you.
What?
In fact, I've got to get out of here. This thing is very aggravated, the fact that I'm here.
Katie pleads for his help, but he tries to get out of there as fast as he can, telling them he must get Dr. Avery's to the house soon. On night 19, we get our first
He just
look at
leaves.
what this thing looks like. The couple is sleeping in their bed when the sound of unusual footsteps are heard close by. It's when we think the demon has left the room that a shadow appears across the door. What's great about this is the fact that it didn't rely on a loud noise to make us jump. Instead, it was a really subtle and intriguing moment. Anyways, Katie can feel that whatever's in their house is coming closer to her night after night, but she simply doesn't know what to do. Finally, Mika gets more serious and researches what could be happening. This leads him to find the story of a girl that experienced the exact same things as Katie.
Yeah, she has all the same things happen to her in the 60s as happened to you.
Wait. What do you mean she
Like
has all the
everything,
same
like
things?
her 8 years old and like house burning down and like seeing shadows and whatever.
Since that girl had the help of a demonologist and it clearly didn't end that well for her, they decide that calling Dr. Avery's might not be a good idea. That night, the demon drags Katie across the floor and bites her, which causes a weird shift in her attitude as she all of a sudden becomes less scared.
Oh, Jesus.
Then when Mika suggests that they go to a hotel
The Phasmo
or
team
anywhere with
going
more
in.
witnesses, she surprisingly turns it down and says that they should stay. She's clearly no longer herself and possessed by the demon.
I think we'll be okay now.
On the 21st night, which is October 8th, Katie wakes up and stares at Mika sleeping for 45 minutes. Then she goes downstairs and lets out a really freakish scream. Mika runs down and also starts screaming in pain before everything goes eerily quiet. After hearing heavy footsteps coming back up the stairs, Mika's body is thrown at the camera, knocking it over. The possessed Katie then crawls over to the camera, grins, and then jumps at it. Of course, this left many unanswered questions, like how did a childhood picture of Katie get into the attic of their new home? And why does the demon possess Katie in the first place? Well, for that, we'll get into Paranormal Activity 2. This one takes place 2 months before the events of the first film, so also in 2006.
So it's a prequel, but it's the second one. It's like a prequel and a sequel at the same time.
In my opinion, it's probably the worst entry in the series because we're no longer following the events in first person, but instead from security cameras, which just isn't that scary. Here we follow the Ray family. The mother,
I don't
Christy,
know.
has
If you watch
recently
some
given
security
birth to
cameras,
Hunter,
they're pretty
their newborn
freaky.
son. From this point, the whole family is introduced in a home video, and after a few minutes, a familiar face is at the door. Katie, who is Christie's sister, also gets to hold Hunter, saying that she doesn't want to let him go. The next day, they wake up only to find their house completely trashed, like someone broke in last night.
That's what she's telling me. Let's make sure we document everything. Don't touch anything.
This is our foyer. Furniture's damaged.
But nothing was stolen except for personal items that have no real value. They decide to get a couple of security cameras to make sure that the next time something like this happens, they know who did it.
That's a fun fact. The person that installed the security cameras in their home was an actual security guy who installed home cameras in like rich homes.
Because that's a very strange thing.
So this is actually his job. So when he's like talking in the movie, he knows what he's talking about.
Even though this sounds familiar, this time it's not
Yeah.
parents, but around little Hunter. Then one night their maid is alone with them, but eventually they also start hearing strange noises.
Yeah, the maid. I remember the maid.
She quickly starts burning incense to cleanse the room of evil. This, however, results in her being fired as the Ray family doesn't really agree with her views on the supernatural. I think it's a little odd to fire someone because they believe in specters and goblins, but that's what they do. Christy quickly gets the feeling that something is off, mainly because she and Katie had shared strange experiences in the past. Things get progressively worse and Christy becomes increasingly scared. When Katie visits again, she advises her to simply ignore it, saying that if she doesn't, she's going to end up like their mother.
Whatever it was, it thrived on fear. The more we paid attention to it, the worse it got. You need to leave this alone. You need to ignore it, but you're gonna end up just like Mom. Do you understand me?
But ignoring it doesn't work, as it slowly but surely becomes impossible not to notice. When their daughter Allie starts researching what
at
could
this
be
scene right here, when the doors fly open, they told her one was gonna fly open, and they threw them all open, so she was actually afraid.
That some people make deals with demons for their firstborn son. This makes her think that whatever's going on might be happening for a reason.
No, but listen to me. That other website said that some people like make deals with demons for wealth and power. So what if Christy's great-grandmother made a deal with a demon so she could get rich? I went through the entire family line, and Hunter is the first male to be born on Christy's side since at least the 1930s. Don't tell me that isn't coincidence.
Well, it's not, but more on that later. We also see the family dog becoming aware of the entity, and it even starts barking at it. But shortly after, he seems to be suffering from a seizure. The father and daughter decide to take him to the vet, which leaves Christy and Hunter alone in the house. No guard dog, no maid, just her and the baby. During the night, she checks in on Hunter, but gets dragged into the basement where she gets bitten, just like what would happen to Katie in the following weeks. From here on, she acts very unusual, becoming withdrawn and odd.
I'll have to see if some of these are on streaming services. We can watch them.
This, but they don't really know who to talk to. Out of desperation, they call back their superstitious maid for advice. She tells them what to do, and even though we never get to hear her exact words, we do hear Allie say,
Sister, we can't do that to her!
Look, there's no other way. Hey, Martine said it had to be a blood relative.
The possessed Christy tries to fight back against whatever they're doing, but they manage to complete the ritual unharmed. After which we see the father burn a childhood photo of Katie, the very same photo that we saw in the attic in the first movie. This heavily insinuates that the evil entity has been offered to use Katie as a vessel instead of Christy. After the burning of the picture, Christy is back to normal and completely fine, as if nothing even happened. Later, when Katie comes over to visit, she tells Christy about the weird things that have recently begun happening to her.
must be losing my mind. I just... I feel like there's stuff going on at our house, to the point where I actually told Mika about it, and I'm sure he thinks I'm crazy.
It's from that moment that the first and second movie overlap and run parallel to each other. On the night of October 9th, one day after Mika was killed and thrown at the camera, Katie comes back to her sister's house. She kills her sister and Daniel and proceeds to take Hunter and walk away. So we see that whatever was terrorizing Katie and Christy was never actually after them, but instead wanted to get to the baby. As the credits roll, we do have more pieces to the puzzle. We found out that one of Christie's ancestors had made some sort of deal with a demon who is now coming back. We also know that Christie transferred her demonic possession over to
His
Katie
name is Toby.
into the first film, but there are still unanswered questions, such as what happened in Katie's and Christie's childhood where all of this began, and what does the possessed Katie want to do with Hunter? So Paranormal Activity 3 is a drastic improvement on the second movie, having some truly memorable and tense moments.
I
and
love
it's
this
probably
one.
my favorite out of all of them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
It
Ugh.
starts off at about the same time as the second installment. We see a pregnant Christie getting a visit from Katie. She brings over a box filled with old VCR tapes that she got when their grandmother died.
I didn't even know you had this much stuff. Somehow I ended up with it after Grandma Lois died. I haven't even gone through it.
When the break-in from the second movie occurs, the box of tapes mysteriously disappears, but we get to see what's on them, and that becomes the rest of the film.
Yep. These are like home videos in the 80s.
The mother of the birthday girl.
The tapes take us all the way back to 1988, almost 20 years before the first one. We follow Dennis, who is a professional videographer, and Julie, who has two children called Christy and Katie, which are the same girls that we saw earlier. I mean, of course they are. It would be kind of weird if they randomly have the same names. That would just be confusing. Dennis is Julie's boyfriend at the time, and he insists on recording everything because he spends his entire time working with cameras. Early on, we see a young Christy playing with an imaginary friend called
Ooh, the
Toby.
first Black Friday?
20 bites.
Under the trampoline.
Soon after, we're introduced to Randy, who's a friend of Dennis.
We were playing outside. What did we find, guys? A spider! Dennis! You got a cute little Dennis!
Oh my god.
Worst prank ever. Don't try that at home. You could get really hurt. One night we see Dennis and Julie smoking a
People in the 80s didn't care about that though.
Been waiting 4 years
They would
to
fuck
see.
with you so
They
bad.
use the camera to make a sex tape. However, Julie feels really uncomfortable because she feels like there's someone else watching them. Someone besides me, you, and the millions of people who watched the movie. Ultimately, they get interrupted by an earthquake, and as the building shakes some dust free from the ceiling, the outline of an invisible body is highlighted, showing that there really was someone else there the whole time. In the replay, Dennis sees this, so he and Randy come up with this idea of recording the house to catch this thing. Since they only have a few cameras and not enough to cover the entire living room, they place one of the cameras on a fan and let it oscillate back and forth to capture the entire floor. From here on, you guys know the drill. Nothing major happens the first night, but the strange activities growing as the nights pass.
Yep. As they all do. That's how these movies work.
Then, on one of the tapes, we see Christy talking to Toby. Later, when Dennis sees this, he asks her about him, but Christy only gives a very vague description.
So, is he old like Grandma, or is he young like you?
He's old like Grandma.
And what does he look like? Is he tall? Is he fat?
He's tall.
Thinking that the girls know more than he initially thought, Dennis goes to investigate the girls' room and discovers a couple of weird symbols in a small closet space. He researches them and to his surprise learns that the symbols are connected to a witch's coven that brainwashes little girls into giving up their firstborn son to an evil entity.
You sound crazy. Do you know
Hang
that?
on a second, all
Do
right?
you know
Would
how
you just
crazy
give me
you're
a
starting to
second
sound?
explain? They would have these ceremonies, and they would wait till the girls were old enough to get pregnant, and then they would they would take their sons.
Oh, right.
And then they would brainwash them, and they didn't remember a thing.
Dennis, I'm not listening.
This shows that Toby is no harmless figment of Christie's imagination, but
Oh my
rather
god,
is
yeah,
related
when he
to the
yanks her
demonic
up by the
forces
hair.
in the other movies. On one day, Christie becomes slightly ill, so Dennis and Julie take her to the doctor, which leaves Randy over here watching over Katie. She wants to play Bloody Mary in the bathroom with him, and when they do, Randy gets clawed by something, presumably Toby. As they try to leave, Toby trashes the entire bedroom. Eventually it stops, and Randy is so shocked by this that he soon after tells Dennis that he will no longer be a part of this. When Dennis tries to convince him to stay, he only says that,
"Where are you going?"
I'm going home. Read the fucking books. This isn't Casper, the fucking friendly ghost you're chasing, man.
Randy,
this
I'm
thing
sorry
is
you got
dangerous.
hurt. I'm sorry you got hurt, okay?
and that's it. We never see him again.
Yeah, he
2 days
leaves.
later,
He just
Toby
leaves.
convinces Christie to ask her mom if they can visit their grandmother Lois. Initially, she declines, but after experiencing some scary things herself,
That would freak me out for sure.
for a while. They arrive at the grandmother's
The whole
house
kitchen
and go
just
to sleep
falls.
soon after. But in the middle of the night, both Dennis and Julie get woken up by some strange noises.
She's so loud.
Julie goes to check it out, but she just doesn't come back. This leads Dennis to take the camera and look for the kids and Julie. As he's walking around the house, he discovers numerous signs all over the wall, which turn out to be the same signs that we saw earlier in the girls' room, revealing that sweet Grandma Lois isn't nearly as innocent as we thought. As Dennis heads outside, he walks into another room. Here, the grandma and some other people who are all wearing dark robes slowly start to walk after him. He flees back in the house and locks himself inside. As he's looking for the kids, he finds a dead Julie levitating on the staircase.
Jesus.
He manages to get back up and stumble around the house to search for the girls. He finds Christie and continues to look for her sister. Eventually he finds Katie, but she appears to be possessed and manages to throw him onto the floor. Lois enters and
These
uses
kids are
her
demons?
supernatural powers to kill Dennis. She then takes both Christie and Katie by their hands, and the three of them peacefully walk up the stairs. So here's what we got so far. One of Katie's ancestors made a deal with a demon. In turn, the daughters of that family join a coven, which brainwashes them into giving up their firstborn son. This happens to be Hunter in Paranormal Activity 2. The demon, or Toby, then tries to get Hunter by possessing Christie, but after the burning of the picture, he's forced out of Christie and into Katie, who then comes to get Hunter and leaves. That's the first 3 movies summarized. I wanted to split this into 2 videos because this part provides the backstory of everything, and the next 3 movies build on this and get a little crazier. There we get the time travel stuff, we get to see what the demons actually...
Now let me get your video.
Okay.
They're good movies. I like them. Oh,
I
5
watched
most
one
haunted
of them.
places in Bangkok?
Yes, right in the middle of the city. And then
I'll watch
it's
the
still
part
haunted
2
place.
after this one.
Okay.
Because now I'm invested again.
You invested again.
Do I need subtitles for this?
Hi Crypt Keepers, thanks for
Oh,
tuning
no, I
in to
don't.
Amy's Crypt. In
English
today's video
language, so
we are
it's
going to
good.
visit some of the most haunted places in
Okay,
Bangkok,
this one's a little
Thailand.
louder. I'm turning
From
it down so
prisons
I
to
can hear you.
abandoned buildings to hotels to shrines, there are so many ghost stories to share.
Ooh, number 5.
Our first haunted location in Bangkok is today a uniquely picturesque park, but was once a fierce prison that held the country's most hardened criminals.
Oh,
the former
shit.
maximum security
It's
prison
from
dates
a
back to the
couple who
1890s and sat
is a
abandoned for a
tourist
number
and
of
then
years
they
following
decide
its
to live in
eventual
Thailand
closure.
and know
To
something
preserve the
going
history
on.
of the site and make use of the area once again, the prison was converted into a public park in 1992 to commemorate the Queen's 60th birthday. The prison remains quite intact with guarded walls, watchtowers, cells, and even a full prison block
So
still
it's a public
remaining at
park
the
now?
site. Countless people to visit have claimed to
Yes.
encounter the paranormal.
It's still a
within the
public park?
which makes sense given the
Yeah.
history.
Oh
of
my
the
God.
facility. There were many violent
Queen,
individuals
16th
held at the
birthday.
facility. Poor living conditions and torture here were all common. This all led to a lot of deaths, and from those deaths, a number of ghosts are said
You
to have
can
become
go in
trapped.
there
The
to
most common
learning
report of the
about
paranormal here is the
own
sighting of
jail
apparitions
system
and shadow
and
figures.
something like that.
These entities are
So it's
believed
like a
to be
tourist
former
attraction?
inmates who lost their lives at the prison and
yeah.
have been frequently sighted
Damn.
walking across the park or even around the cell block area. Whether
There's
these
lots of
sightings are
abandoned
caused by residual
prisons
energy or intelligent
here,
spirits
and then
remains
there's
to be
lots of
told. Though I
abandoned
did personally pick up on a number of
asylums
responses
and mental
that seemed
health
to indicate
places.
intelligence during a spirit box session
Because
I conducted
the
in one
history of
the
those
jail's
are not
holding
very
cells.
well.
One of these voices seemed to ask for help, while another
Because
seemed
people
to
used
tell
to
us when
just
our session had been
torture
interrupted
people who are
by some
mentally
stray
ill here.
cats.
Not good.
And then in hospitals. Oh shit. And then hospitals, of course, like the technology wasn't where it was back in the day, and
That is freaky.
lots of people died in hospitals.
Let's turn this damn torch on.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a common place for people to die.
Kitty.
Meow, meow, meow.
What do you think of these responses? Could they be from intelligent
And of course,
spirits
it's
who
gonna
remain
be a
here at the
black
former
cat.
jail? If you would like to learn more about this place or others in this video, you can watch any full episodes I have made about each of these locations
A
by
black
clicking the
cat
links
in my
in the description.
country,
You should also make sure you are following me
in
on
the
Instagram
coming,
at
to
Amy's
the
Crypt so you don't
improper
miss all the
time,
video updates
they're
and
gonna say
behind the
it's
scenes
a-
pictures
it's
and
a-
stories I
a
share
bad
over
luck
there.
for them.
Bad omen? It's bad luck
This place
here,
is
I
said to be
think.
so haunted, it's actually been nicknamed
Like a broken
the
mirror.
Ghost Tower. The 49-story
the
building was
broken mirror
abandoned in
too.
1997 after a
then
financial
broken, a
crisis
photo-
struck Thailand.
Whoa, this looks
the tower was
cool.
intended to be a complex of luxury
It's not
condos,
cool,
but was never
trust
completed
me.
and today is considered one of the most haunted places in the city. Though the reason why construction of this building was abandoned was likely
can look
financial,
cool, but
many locals
it's not cool
believed
at
that the
all, the
tower had been
inside.
cursed as it was built over the top of an old cemetery.
Oh,
Add to this a
shit.
death inside the abandoned tower in 2014 when a photographer discovered the body of a Swedish tourist dead on the 43rd floor. It is rumoured that this is the most haunted floor, yet many others claim the paranormal to happen all throughout the building. Unfortunately for me, this wasn't a place I had any success accessing, not without a lack of trying.
Damn.
The Baeki Sky Hotel is one of the tallest and busiest hotels in the city of Bangkok, Thailand. It stands at 88 stories or 309 meters and contains hundreds of attractions such as a golf driving range and themed restaurants.
Damn,
It's also
that
said
sounds
to be very
fancy.
haunted. The hotel has been touched by death, with many online
This reminds me of,
reporting that an accident during construction
have you ever
led
seen
to
The
a couple
Shining?
of deaths of workers. Though there may be some confusion surrounding
The
this
Shining.
one and another
It's a
incident that
it's a
occurred in
movie.
2012.
It's this
At this
remote
time,
hotel out
three
in
men who were
Colorado,
installing a billboard on
and
the
it's
side of the
haunted.
hotel fell to their
And my dad
deaths.
worked there.
This occurred after the platform they were
And he was
standing
like
on
he was just like
leaving the
him and
three
one
men
other
to
guy in
fall
this
and
really
die,
really
and
grand
two others
hotel.
left clinging to the remains of the
And he said there was
platform
lots of
over
weird
the
shit
city
going on
until
there.
they could be rescued.
But
Some have claimed that
that's
this
where a
tragic
horror
event
author wrote
could
a
be the
story,
reason
and
for
it's
the
one
many
of the
paranormal
most
events said to happen in the
iconic
hotel.
ones.
One just needs to take a quick
Because
look
it's
through
like
TripAdvisor
there's
reviews
lots
to
of
get a
snow,
feeling for the type of
so during the
activity that
winter
goes
you
on
can't
in this
leave,
very hotel.
and
But
you
the most
can't get
reported
there.
types of spooky events seem to involve poltergeist
just stuck
activity,
there.
shadow
Yeah,
figures,
you're like
and
trapped,
the feeling of an
and then
invisible
people trying to
presence
get to
nearby.
you if you have a problem.
During
You
my own
can't
stay
get
at
there
the
either.
hotel, we decided to leave out a bunch of items,
no.
ask the ghost to move them, and leave a camera rolling to observe them. We did this as so many people had reported items moving in their empty rooms. Though none of the items moved, we did capture some noises of interest.
Oh shit.
We now move on to a shrine built for perhaps the city's best known ghost, May Nak. This ghost story is quite a sad one. It tells of May Nak, who was married to a man named Mac. The couple lived a humble and happy life along the canal system here in Bangkok. Their life was disrupted though after Mac was enlisted to serve in the war. He was then forced to leave his wife, who was pregnant at the time. Soon after being enlisted, Mac was badly injured in battle. Around the same time, May Nak went into labour, experienced some complications, and sadly both she and her baby passed away. Once Mac was healed, he returned home and was greeted by a seemingly healthy baby and wife. Little did he know his family were actually ghosts. Any well-meaning local who attempted to warn Mac of his ghostly family was said to have been killed by the spirit of Maynak. Eventually, Mac realised what was going on and sought help from a temple who were able to perform a type of exorcism on Maynak. Whether there is any truth behind this story isn't really certain, but there is a very large shrine along these canals for the spirit of Maynak. It is quite a famous place and visited by many who wish to show their respects for this ghost. People visit from far and wide to leave offerings to Maynak, with the only people warned to stay away being pregnant women. Some even seem to think the spirit of Maynak possesses the power to provide them with winning lottery numbers. The number one spot on this list has been reserved for a place that is pretty unique, though said to be extremely haunted. Though this isn't in a way that you might expect. The Teochew Cemetery in Bangkok is a lively place filled with so much death. The cemetery was established here in the early 1900s as a place where Chinese immigrants to Thailand could be buried together. The cemetery soon grew to a sprawling mass containing thousands of graves. Sadly, time took its toll and the place of burial fell into disrepair and was abandoned in the 1990s. It was also around this time that things started to get very strange within the cemetery. Allegedly, those buried at the cemetery became very disgruntled about the state of their burial place. It was pretty overgrown and neglected. Spooky ghost stories started to spread as well as fear. Many did not want to visit this area of the city due to the paranormal activity caused in and around the cemetery. Ghost sightings are even said to have become so prevalent that the taxi drivers would flat out refuse any ride that passed through the area to this cemetery just in case they accidentally picked up a ghost. Due to the aggressive spirits and negative energy here, a plan was devised by the city. They vowed to clean up the cemetery and convert it into a space where the living could congregate with the dead. This was done in the hopes of appeasing these angered spirits. It's also said to have worked, with those buried at the cemetery no longer remaining angry. If you visit today, you'll find people picnicking, playing chess together, working out at the cemetery park's Mai Tai gym, or even singing karaoke. Yeah, they even have a karaoke stage in this haunted cemetery.
We are currently at a haunted cemetery in Thailand, and for some reason, they have karaoke going. Alright guys, now we just got to the karaoke stage. Yes, this park/cemetery has a karaoke stage.
While not much of interest was documented during our paranormal investigation of this cemetery, Jared, my husband and camera guy, did cite something he described as possibly a shadow person while we were exploring during the day.
In the corner of my eye, I seen a guy standing over here, but it's probably nothing. It's probably just...
Probably a real dude.
Well, look, the sun's shining in my face.
There is a lot of people around. Was it a jogger?
No, there's no one around here.
There's a lot of joggers.
Standing here next to this. Standing here like this. It was like he was leaning, but I don't think you can lean on this.
No.
Standing here.
Damn.
So what exactly did you see?
Just shadow figure. Just like corner of my eye, looked like it was a guy standing there.
You swear by it?
Do you have a favourite location on this list? Or perhaps a haunted place in Bangkok that I may have missed? Please leave me a comment below to tell me all about it. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, as that really does help me and my channel out. If you want to do some more reading on it,
yeah, I'd go.
Oh, you go.
Yeah, I'd go. Alright, let's watch part 2.
The Paranormal Activity series explained. In part 1, we discussed the origins of the evil force haunting Katie and Christy. We saw that the story is centered around a coven that brainwashes little girls into giving up their firstborn son to a demon called Toby. In this video, we'll look at the latest 3 movies, where we get some time travel and teleportation that reveals new angles of the story. And this is the video I really wanted to do, because there are a lot more interesting events than the first one.
Yeah, dude, I remember this. This is the last one I watched, was that one.
5 years after the first movie. It starts out on Halloween at the Nelson family. Here Alex, a high school student, is
this
our
is
main
the fourth
character
one.
along with Ben, a family friend. As Alex takes her little brother Wyatt out for trick-or-treating, she learns
What's
about a
sad
new
about
mysterious neighbor that
this
just
one
moved.
is the actor that played the dad passed
Again,
away
they
after
have a kid that's
shortly
the same
after the
age as
movie went in
Wyatt,
theaters.
And even though he's pretty young, they always see him walking around town alone without his parents.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is. All right, you guys. Walk all the way home from the park.
The next evening,
Yeah, that
Alex,
guy,
Ben,
that
and their
dad-
friends
the
have a
dad
party
right
where they
there.
play with their Xbox 360 Connect.
The guy in the
That
green
night, Alex
shirt.
and Ben go outside into the playhouse in the garden, where they get surprised.
I had
by
a
the new
Connect
kid
and I
randomly
would
sitting
light up
there.
the whole. I would light up my whole living room with it.
Wow, dude.
They find out his name is Robbie, and
That's
send
why I
him
thought
back to
this
his
one was
house
so
across the
freaky
street.
because
We
like
cut to a
it'll
Skype call between Alex and Ben,
it'll
but we
just
suddenly
shine
hear
like
sirens as
they have
multiple
them in
police cars
Phasmo
arrive at Robbie's house.
actually.
Oh, they have?
Yeah, but it's just like an Xbox
The explanation we're given is that
thing
his
where
mother
it
is
was a
sick and
motion
needs to go to the
sensor and you could
hospital.
dance in front
Since
of
the
it and
Nelson
it would
family are good
capture
neighbors, they decide to
your
take care of
body
their child in the
movements.
meantime.
And
So
then
now
it would
this
also
strange
pick
kid
up
will stay with Alex for the next 2
ghosts.
days. He comes over and
Paranormal
unpacks his
stuff.
stuff and shows her that he has a stuffed animal that is 100 years old and a magical fork.
What does it do that's so special? It tells the future.
Whatever you say, kid. And not long after, weird things start to happen. The next morning, Ben shows their Skype call to Alex because he records all of their conversations.
And you recorded me sleeping?
Again, it was my computer. It didn't log
Oh
off.
my
It's
God,
Nothing, it
what
has
do you-
nothing to do with. You think I just sit here and stare at it?
Yeah.
Anyways, in the recording, they see Robbie getting into bed with Alex. And as if that's not weird enough, Alex's mother reveals that Robbie will stay even longer than they initially thought. During the day, Wyatt and Robbie are playing in the treehouse. They tell Alex that they have a secret friend that no one but them can see, much like Katie did in the past. That night, they're all once again playing with the Kinect, and Ben shows them something pretty cool that they can do with it.
Okay, here we go. Whoa.
Yeah, this.
That's awesome.
What's so awesome?
When they watch the replay of what they recorded, they notice the vague outline of a person that was never there, but they just brush it off as an optical illusion or a broken Kinect.
So there's
The
a
following
green
night,
dot
Alex
thing.
walks around the
Yeah.
house because she heard some noises. And of course, Robbie is out of bed staring at the Kinect, whispering to someone. When Alex asks him what he's doing, something passes by the camera.
What was that?
She shows this to Ben, and they both begin to grow suspicious and decide to set up some cameras. On the days that follow, we see Wyatt and Robbie playing with their imaginary friend who they call Toby. Then, on night 6, Alex looks over to Robbie's house. Even though nobody should be there, multiple cars are seen parked outside. Alex goes to investigate.
Hey, you
and
better
enters
come
through
take
the
your
front
kid
gate,
back.
but is quickly attacked by someone.
Hi, can I help you?
Sorry. Wrong house.
Completely shocked, she runs back to her house. Later on, we see that Robbie drew a bunch of weird symbols on Wyatt, one of which is the symbol of the Coven that we've seen in the earlier movies. At first, Alex and Ben think it's some random doodles, but when they notice that they saw the same symbols in a previous recording, they research it a little more. They find out that it's used to welcome a demonic possession. It also says that the ritual of possession requires the blood sacrifice of a virgin.
You're fucked.
You're fucked too.
No, I'm not. Yes, I have. Like 3 times.
A few days later,
Oh my
while Robbie
God.
and Wyatt are playing, they run off to Robbie's house. Knowing that there are some pretty weird things happening over there, Alex goes after them, only to find them playing in an empty home. She gets Wyatt and tries to walk out, but runs into somebody.
I was supposed to be babysitting.
3 times.
Hey, Alex. Yeah? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
We haven't seen Katie since she stole Hunter at the end of the second film, by the way. Well, now that Robbie's mother is back, he will no longer have to stay with Alex. The next day, Wyatt reveals that Katie knew that both him and Robbie are adopted, and that his previous family needs him back. Night 10 comes around and we see Wyatt in the living room talking to Toby. While doing this, something else is slowly coming up behind him. As he's talking
Yeah,
to
look
the
how
demon,
freaky that
Wyatt
is.
denies that his name is Hunter.
No, it's not. My name's Wyatt. It's not Hunter.
This leads us to believe that after the events of Paranormal Activity 2, Katie ran off with Hunter, but lost him somehow. Eventually, he got adopted by a new family who changed his name to Wyatt. Katie then moved in as the neighbor only to somehow get Hunter, or Wyatt. That evening, Wyatt goes into Alex's room and makes her levitate. This shows that he's already further involved with the Coven. Things slowly start to escalate when the demon traps Alex in the garage and starts the car engine. But luckily, Alex manages to escape.
Oh my god.
Afterwards, she gets
You can
upset
die
with her
that way.
parents because they won't believe her when she says that a ghost closed the garage door.
From carbon
The next day,
carbon
her dad
monoxide
decides to take her
poisoning.
out to dinner,
If you
which
leave your
leaves the
car on in
mother
the
alone with
garage.
Hunter. Seeing this, Katie breaks into their home and with the help of Toby, kills the mom.
If you leave in for too long.
Yeah, if you breathe it in enough, you'll die.
Oh.
Out of nowhere, Ben rushes over
Even
to
the
Alex
car
to
is
tell her
not
all
safe.
about what he learned about the symbols. He tries to use her computer.
I like
to
how
leave her
this
a
guy
message,
can
but that
just
doesn't
go in
so
or
well.
go in their
Later
house and
during the
just
night,
grab
when
some
Alex and her
soda and
father
hang
drive
out,
back, they
but
see
nobody
Katie
is
taking
there.
Wyatt into her home.
Oh yeah.
Also, hello, welcome.
The father follows Katie while Alex goes back into her house. That's when she makes the discovery of Ben's dead body. She runs outside and goes into Katie's house and sees her father getting dragged away. She goes into her room and calls out for her brother, but Katie hears this and starts chasing after her. Alex quickly flees the house and finds her brother. When she asks him to leave with her, he doesn't move.
Wait, come on, we have to go right now! Come with me! Come on!
When Alex turns around, she sees like 100 women of the Coven all walking towards her. She tries to run away but gets killed by Katie. So now the demon finally got Hunter. But what actually happens after the Coven finally gets the firstborn son? Well, that's something that the next two
They have
movies
so many
answer.
people.
After Paranormal Activity 4, we
Cultists.
got the marked ones, the first movie
yeah.
to really branch away from the Katie story.
Yeah, this is the last one I watched right here, the marked ones.
It gives us an almost entirely new mystery while still adding on to the original story, and it was surprisingly good. The marked one starts in 2012 during the high school
only
graduation of
watched the
Jesse,
first
our
one,
protagonist. The family records the graduation and the after party at their house.
If I can find a
During the
streaming
party,
service
we
they're on,
hear
we
them
can watch
mention their
them.
deranged downstairs neighbor who they call Crazy Anna.
Since they're leaving a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, my crazy neighbor Anna lives, but she lives right under me.
For his graduation, Jesse gets some money that he spends on a used camera to vlog with. In his recordings, we're introduced to one of his friends, Hector. That night, while Jesse and Hector have fun in their home, they hear weird noises from Crazy Anna's
You look like
apartment.
you're
They
having
tie
fun
a GoPro
on
to a
his
cable and let it down a vent, which allows them to see
Just
into one of the
drinking
rooms.
and drinking.
Oh, you're good, you're good. Take your time.
Oh no, I mean in a movie.
Oh yeah.
There they see a
Yeah,
younger woman,
they
Anna
drink
standing
a
there
lot. Oh.
completely naked. Anna then starts painting the Coven mark onto the woman's
Is
body,
normal there?
revealing that she's a part of the group and
When it's
recruiting new
birthday and
members
people
right
just
from her
drinking.
home. The next
Yeah.
night, Hector and Jesse want to light a firework dangerously close to the apartment. However, they get interrupted by Oscar, who comes rushing by them like he's running away from someone.
Okay, it's normal. It's not normal about me. I'm not normal.
The police arrive soon after and discover that Anna has been killed, and soon after, Oscar goes missing. One day later, while the boys are getting high, they go into Anna's apartment.
They're getting
which is an
high, yeah,
abandoned
they were
crime
smoking
scene.
weed at that part,
They
I
see that
remember.
it's completely trashed.
Oh,
There
here's
they find
come
a
the
strange
police.
notebook about the Coven and decide to take it.
And then come with the
Suddenly,
Crown
Oscar's
Vic.
brother Arturo appears and tells them to
I
leave.
like that
Back
car.
upstairs, they flip through the
Arturo.
mysterious journal and discover that it contains a section on time travel and teleportation.
If you build this door, it's like you could travel through time. Man, she could travel through time. Why the hell is she staying in this shitty ass apartment?
They can allegedly teleport themselves to another time and place
Hush.
if they follow a certain ritual.
Oreo.
But they can only travel to what is called unholy places. Just for fun, Hector, Jesse, and his sister Marisol try it out.
People are home, I apologize.
But it doesn't seem to
That's
work.
alright,
Not long after, crazy things start to happen to Jesse, and this
Stop.
time it's different from the other movies. One morning, Jesse finds a
Hold
bright
on, I
mark
gotta
on his
pause
arm,
and run them
something
outside.
Okay.
I back. Ooh, my throat hurt. Oh,
your throat hurt again?
Yeah.
Something we've learned will not end well. Later, the group uses a toy that lights up with different colors to communicate with spirits, and it actually answers all of their questions correctly.
Oreo.
Am I holding the Ace of Hearts?
This proves that an entity is among them. The following night, Jesse and Hector are confronted by two thugs who try to mug them. They start beating up Jesse, but he's able to blast them away with some sort of supernatural power. Soon after, the guys test what kind of things they can do with his abilities.
I'm getting cold here too.
They just start playing
That
with
night,
it and
they
having
crash
fun
a
with
party
it.
and meet two girls. They take them to Jesse's place but realize their grandma's still there. Not wanting to pass up the opportunity, Jesse takes them to Anna's apartment instead. While Jesse's out looking for a condom, the girl discovers a hidden door in the floor. When she opens it, she gets grabbed by an arm. We see that Oscar, the boy who went missing, was down there. When Jesse returns, he takes the camera and looks around the house and finds Oscar in the bathroom. Oscar tells him that Anna put something evil inside of him that made him kill her. He tells Jesse that he too has the same thing in his body, as indicated by the bite mark they have.
You have the same mark.
Oscar says that the only way to stop yourself from hurting others is to kill yourself. He then runs away, after which we see him leap to his death from a tall building. They go back into Anna's apartment and discover pictures of Jesse and his mother being pregnant with him. In the photo, she's standing next to Anna as well as Grandma Lois from the third movie. This means that Jesse's mom was also a part of the coven, and since he's the firstborn son, he was promised to be given up to the witches. Later, Jesse begins to feel really unwell and finds thin black strings he can pull from his eyes.
Oh, that part was so
When
gross.
he looks at himself in the mirror, for only a few frames, we see Jesse's real
what part?
form, which shows that he's slowly being
He's
possessed by a
pulling
demon.
out
They want
threads
to know
out of
what's
his
going on
eyes.
and decide to go to Oscar's
Oh,
brother
jeez.
Arturo. With his permission, they search Oscar's room and find a wall of clues. It turns out that Oscar had researched the witches and the ritual of the firstborn son's possession.
The last time I seen my brother, he said there was others like him. He said they were all marked. He said these witches trying to build an army or some shit.
Among the research, they see an article about Allie Ray, the only survivor from Paranormal Activity 2. Soon after, Jesse begins to act even more strange and attacks a random guy and a shop owner for no apparent reason. He fears that he's slowly losing control of his body, which is not exactly good for someone with superhuman powers. Marisol and Hector notice the change and manage to meet with Allie to ask her what's going on. She tells them about the coven and how they will use Jesse in a ritual as a vessel for a demon.
The midwives will mark an unborn male in utero, and then they wait for the baby to mature until he's ready to be possessed.
When they go back home, Jesse's grandmother tries to cleanse the evil inside him with a religious method. But it's clear that Jesse is too powerful, and he's easily able to fight back by levitating in mid-air and trashing their apartment. He then passes out and they put him to bed. The next morning, Jesse doesn't feel any better and almost kills his grandmother. During the evening, Hector and Marisol try to go to the hospital to visit their grandma. However, their car breaks down in an alley. They see the possessed Jesse standing in the middle of the road walking towards them. He begins attacking Hector, but Marisol manages to knock him out with a baseball bat. They put the unconscious Jesse in the car and start driving. About a minute later, they get into a traffic accident with a coven member, who steals Jesse and drives away. Marisol finds out where they're taking Jesse by asking Allie. However, they clearly need help. They turn to Arturo and his friend, who decide to help them as revenge for Oscar. And for the first time, one of the characters actually comes prepared.
Yep.
Go smoke these bitches.
They head to the place of the ritual, which turns out to be Lois's house from the third movie.
no.
There they get attacked by the crazy witches who are wielding
think I
knives.
watched
Arturo
something
shoots at them while Hector and Marisol
not
run
good.
into the house. Even though the house is mostly empty, Hector finds a room where the
I
ritual
think you're
seems
gonna
to have
see
taken
this one
place.
for
When he
sure,
tries to show it to Marisol, he finds her dead on the floor. Soon after he
After this
finds
video,
the
I'm gonna end the
Jesse who
stream
starts
and go
chasing
clean.
him. Hector runs away and locks himself in a room where the
not the
only exit is a
clean.
big
Oh,
wood door
yeah.
with markings on it.
Can I do that for you?
If you want to, I won't make you.
When Jesse manages
Oh,
to break into the
if
room,
I
Hector is
can go
forced to
there, I
use the
will.
ominous doorway as an escape. The camera goes dark for a few
I don't
seconds,
mind doing
after
it.
which we see that he's now in the
You
house
can
of
stop
Katie
my
and Mika.
Asian power.
So he time
Oh,
travels to the
yeah,
place where
I
the first
can't.
movie ended. There, Hector sees Katie walking in a trance from upstairs to get a knife.
Hello? Excuse me?
She eventually catches him and starts screaming. Mika runs downstairs and attacks him, but Katie stabs Mika to death. Hector tries to flee but gets surprised by the
I
demonic
get
Jesse
this,
and drops his
you
camera.
know, not
This
let
brings
the
us to the
woman do
final film in the
heavy
franchise,
stuff
The
like
Ghost
that.
Dimension, where Toby's
Right.
only one step
It's
away
stuck
from
in me
becoming
since I
real
was a
and
kid.
walking the earth.
I always get thought if I see some woman do some heavy stuff, I
This
need to
one
help.
starts in 1988 at the
Not
end of the
just
third
standing
film.
and
As
watching
you probably
like
remember,
no
this is
gentleman.
when Lois snaps Dennis
Yeah,
backwards
that's
to
really
Laura.
nice of you,
Lois
though.
then takes Katie and Christy upstairs to meet with a man named Kent.
I would
She tells the
appreciate
girls
it.
that he will be their teacher, and he
Oh, yeah,
instantly
I will-
starts
I will help
talking
you
about
for sure,
Toby
man.
and how the girls' lives will turn out.
Christy, you're going to grow up, and you're going to have a son who is one of the chosen.
You
and
don't need
Katie,
no need to worry
your
about
gift is your
housework or
We
anything.
jump to the year
Aw.
2013 in Santa Rosa at the Fleeg's house, which is at the same location
do
where the
stay
third movie
clean.
began. It's Christmas time while Ryan and Emily are with their daughter Layla in their new home. Ryan's brother Mike and their friend Skylar arrive and join them for a few days. Later, while setting up the Christmas decorations, they find a box of old stuff from
Oh
the
wow,
previous
there's
residence.
a big tree
Is
inside
it-
the house.
This isn't the final one.
Hmm.
In it, there's a big camera as well as tapes from Katie and Christy from when they were younger. Even though
The
they clean the camera,
final-
it shows all of these weird distortions.
A
It
final
also lets them see a
destination?
strange mist in the middle of the room, which they can't see with the naked eye.
Weird camera.
During the night, they start watching the tapes they found. One of the recordings shows Kent asking Christy
Need a
what she
big
sees.
camera to
Based on the bizarre
cut it good in
descriptions, Ryan
4K.
realizes that she's describing his daughter's current room, even though the tape was recorded at least a decade before she was even born.
She just described Leela's room.
She's not. Oh my god,
What?
man, you're so.
She's
high.
describing Leela's room.
Soon after, their daughter Layla starts acting pretty strange. One late night, they find her crawling around the bushes, and later Ryan catches her playing Bloody Mary in the bathroom while her hand is bleeding. After they learn that the previous house that was here mysteriously burned down, Ryan gets intrigued and sets up his cameras to see if he can find
Why is
anything.
always
During the night, a dark
the
form
kid?
appears next to Layla's bed.
It's always the kids. I have no idea why.
when see something
then wakes
spooky
up
is
and begins
always the
talking to her.
kids.
When Ryan and Emily see this in the recording, they ask her about it. She says that it's her friend Toby. Then when they see a tape where Katie mentions Toby, they get freaked out.
These girls have grown up a little bit, and we have Ponytail.
Toby's a
Here it
very
is.
important part of your life. Right?
So on night 2, Ryan and Mike stay awake and go into Layla's room. Suddenly, a demonic face appears in the window and flies towards Ryan, knocking him over. The parents grow increasingly worried about their daughter's behavior, but don't know what to do. On night number 4, the guys watch another tape, in which Katie describes the exact room the two are standing in.
I see people. Brothers. I'm pretty sure. I think they're brothers.
So she can clearly see into the future. The next day, they see that Layla drew some sort of doorway above her bed that has many symbols on it, similar to the door in the marked ones. They investigate the symbols and find out about the Coven. They learn that it goes all the way back to the Middle Ages and they are devil worshippers. Ryan then finds out that Katie actually sold them the house, the same Katie they
Jesus.
saw in the tapes.
They're saying that they've never heard of her. She never worked for them.
Later on, Ryan learns about Hunter's connection to the Coven and his disappearance. He notices that Hunter and Layla have the same birthday, making him think that whatever's happening at the house is not a coincidence. They continue digging through the tapes and
Missing
discover that
Hunter
Hunter,
Ray.
who wasn't born until 2006, appears in the video from 1992. And this just leaves them completely perplexed. That night, some sort of tunnel forms above Layla's bed in the same area where she drew the symbols as a frame.
Yes, let's go on the dark, spooky
She goes
tunnel.
inside and stays in there for a few hours.
Yeah, it's
The
not
rest
really
of
a
the
good
family wake
idea.
up and search for her but can't seem to find her. After some time, Layla is back on her bed where the others are sure they've looked before. Now they've had enough and decide to leave and go to a nearby hotel. A little while later, Ryan and Skylar return only to get some personal things.
See anything?
No, I'm not picking anything.
There, Skylar stumbles upon Ryan's research and finds out that the Coven uses the blood of two firstborns born on the same day in order to give a demon a human body. When they try to leave, they see the door wide open and discover that Layla walked all the way back to the house and into her bed.
Spooky.
Desperate for help, they call the local priest, Father Todd. He believes that there is a way to help her, but it's very risky.
What's happening?
We need an extermination.
They try this, but the demonic force seems to be too powerful. The demon then kills Father Todd, after which it attacks the family. While they're fighting the demon, Layla runs away again. Emily runs after her, and when she reaches her bedroom, she enters the tunnel above her bed. After going through it, Emily time travels back to the third movie. She goes through the house but gets confronted by a few demonic-looking children. They tell her that the ritual is already complete. Toby is real. When she finds Layla, Toby slowly approaches. Emily squats in the corner and begs for mercy, and even though Toby already got what he wanted, he still kills her. And that's the end of the series. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Nope.
And that's the end of the series. Okay, I'm gonna check this out. Okay. I'm here at my grandmother's. This place is super weird. Subscribers. The channel's been growing a lot recently,
Oh my
so thank you for enables them to complete the process. So let me know where you think it will go after that. Anyways, I hope you liked it and that I get to see you guys in the next video.
Alrighty,
Bye.
I'm gonna end the stream here and shut off my computer and go clean. But I'm gonna message you while I clean. My phone's charged this time.
Okay then.
Alrighty. Alrighty, I'll see you all later. Have a good one.